All right, looks like we're live. Should be going up. There we go. Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back. If you're a returning viewer, it's great to see you here. Just doing a short live stream for right now on anything really, anything that you guys want to ask me or just here to chill out. That's great too. That's what it's here for. So. I have a couple stuff to get ready, but luckily, unlike last time, I'm not just streaming from YouTube. I'm using OBS for this stream, so hopefully, if I have some things that I need to show, like last time, I'll be able to do that easily, without having to just show my webcam right here, because that's just annoying. And if you can hear anything in the background, it's because I have my ceiling fan running right now, and yeah. Now, unfortunately, it seems like it's running at not 1080p, which is not fun. Not fun at all, because it should be. But it is what it is. So I think we're all good. I think we're live. We got some people here. What's up, everyone? Came prepared for this one because your mouth gets crazy dry. And just to have a little bit of consistency with popular opinion, I'm going to do a little bit of this. No, that's not dark green. Oh, no, it is. It is dark green. And I don't know why this thing isn't on 1080p. I think it's because I'm doing it from OBS, and I guess I didn't switch or use 1080p for some reason. I don't know. Usually it does. But on that note, we'll just have to work with what we can. All right, I'm gonna change this to. No, that's not dark enough. I think that's good, actually. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. All right. Oh no, I want it to be a static. There we go. What? All right, there we go. All right, there we go. And I think that should be good for a while, unless I want to change it, which I probably will. How's everyone doing? How's it hanging? Ooh, always crack my jaw. I don't even know how I do it. I just do it somehow. Okay. The sound is echoing. Is it still doing that? That's not my side, that's the stream side, because I can hear everything that's going into the microphone through this headset. So let me try muting this. Because I think since I'm using OBS, I think what's happening is that the in the background, I think I have my display set up in another scene. This kind of won't make sense probably, but it's technically what I think is happening is it's recording my computer system sounds without me knowing, because I have my computer muted right now. So, and then you're able to hear that, but I'm not. So that's probably why you're hearing my voice twice, or at least what it sounds like, what should sound like an echo. Okay, apparently I'm not logged into my Twitter on my computer. That makes no sense. Let me know if it's still doing that. Okay, there we go. So, I wanted to... Okay, now I can finally... I'm so glad I can finally show my screen. It's all good now. Okay, sweet. That's definitely what it was. So the computer was recording desktop audio without me knowing, which is pretty stupid. But it's good that I figured that out. Yikes. Might be a short one today. Arizona is great. All right, well, personally, it looks like I'm going to have to pull up something here because I have nothing to talk about because nobody is here yet. If there will be. I'm hoping on that. I'm relying on that. I would have so much more to talk about right now if I didn't like care about the videos that I want to make in the future, and in the near future to be specific, because at the moment a lot of the stuff that I have planned of making is a lot of the stuff that is most interesting right now for me to talk about. Like, for example, how specifically I managed to build this whole computer for like $400. $400 like max. That's essentially what this computer cost. And the reason for that is I would totally like to go into it right now, but then again, I want to save it for a video. Not that everyone's going to be watching this or is going to see this, but I still don't want to kind of like give it away, because that would be the whole point of the video, unfortunately. But something I did last time, which actually kept me pretty entertained, was the search for computer components, specifically Frugal Buyers computer components. And what I mean by that is the budget builders favorite parts, as in budget components. I don't know how else I can say that, but basically some cool stuff that is unfortunately out of stock. That's why I was looking it up. But the only thing I really did look up was processors. So I'm thinking I can check out some graphics cards, specifically the GTX 1650 and the GTX 1660 Super. And I think so. Oh shoot! I just kicked the camera. I think I can put up a build guide on that, like right now here on the stream, because last time somebody asked me for a $350 to a $600 computer part list, and I wasn't able to do this, and now I can. Let me see if that worked. Yes, it did. All right, so first thing I want to do is go to PC part picker. You guys can't see me, but I don't really care for now. I just want to make sure that this goes through. So what I want to do here is go to System Builder and pick out something interesting. So I don't know the criteria very much, but I know it was a decent gaming computer. What's a good graphics card under $500? Good question. That should be almost any graphics card that anyone else would recommend. That was just a vague question, but a good graphics card under $500. I'm assuming you want something like something around $400, considering that's a huge pool. So probably, so if you're buying new, which I'm assuming you are, an RTX 2060 Super is very good. But if you're finding a good deal on a 2070, you can't go wrong with that. The 2070 is better than the 2060. So I would say right now, I would say NVIDIA isn't the best value. So if you're looking for something like super value for your money, the best bang for your buck kind of thing, under $500, you're probably going to want to go with a Radeon graphics card, considering that they give more performance for the money. And by that, you're probably going to want to look for a 5700 XT, which last time I checked was around that price point, if not a little under that price point. That's a pretty good card, but I will say this, now that I think about it, some of them, I'm pretty sure, I don't know which model it is. There's a model out there. I would do your research because I don't have it off the top of my head. There's a model that had issues with it running too hot, and that's because of the architecture, like the hardware from the outside. Basically, the manufacturer made a faulty kind of model thing, and they mass produced that thing. And what was wrong about it was that they had the cooler, so like everything that you see on the outside of the GPU misplaced on the actual, like the chip, the GPU chip, because that's what the GPU is. And it didn't, like the thermal paste didn't do its job correctly because it wasn't placed properly. And so they have a bunch of cards like that some consumers have that don't work well. So I would make sure you're careful with that. But what I wanted to look at was the 1660 and the 1650 Super for around the $350 budget. Now that's a huge kind of like pool, the 350 to 600. So I'm gonna start with something around 400, and then I'm gonna do something around 600-ish, like closer to the more expensive option. That's gonna be a little hard though. Now that I think about it, going with something around $400. So I guess what I can start with is, here I want to do this, but at the same time, I'm going. All right, I don't know if you. Yeah, I don't think that works. I don't know if I can show if I'm not proficient with this, but we'll just have to see. We'll just have to deal with this. So I want to look for something like a $100 processor, if not lower. And those are pretty hard to come by because the APUs are pretty good value. I want to say I can use a 3200G for this, but generally they're pretty overpriced right now. Unfortunately. We can go with a general stock cooler. B450 Tomahawk Max. Kind of over our budget with $130. Honestly, you can't go wrong with the B450 DS3H, considering it is like the cheapest option, and it gives more support than an A320. So A320 is honestly, unless you're somebody's car alarm is going off, unless you're building something that's like $100, or somewhat close, you're fine. You're fine with a B450. Now memory should be like the easiest part. I already know what the hardest part of this process is, and I'm not looking forward to it. It's the power supplies. But memories, we can go with, you see 2x8 is going to be way too expensive, so I want to go with 2x4 because I kind of want to test the waters. This is a little bit slow for my liking. I want to go with 2x4 at around, where's the speed? I don't use part picker. Is there no speed? Oh, I'm stupid. It's right. It's a little dial here. We'll set the minimum to 3,000. Looks like $39.99 is the way to go. I like G.Skill Ripjaws RAM. Pretty reliable. Pretty standard. All right, for storage. Now, this is always a trade-off because more storage, slower speeds, but less storage, higher speeds with the SSD, with the hard drive and the SSD respectively. So this could really fall into personal preference, but honestly, I just found this. I was just like, this caught my eye just now. The $65 500 gigabyte M.2. That's pretty dang good for an M.2 at 500 gigs. I don't know if the last time I checked M.2s they were really expensive, but I did not find something this cheap or this affordable until now. I just saw it. But let's go with a video card. This is what I wanted to get around to. So yeah, so the 2070 Super, $500, pretty good option. Not the worst thing in the world. But we're talking about like $400 here. So see how much we have so far. We have $270, and we don't have like half of our build yet. That's not promising. Let's go with something like, I want to say an RX 580. See, okay, here's the thing. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna skip the graphics card for now. I'm gonna skip the graphics card and I'm gonna get the tedious stuff out of the way. So let me turn this on. All right, I'm gonna skip the graphics card and I get the tedious stuff out of the way. I'm gonna do I got the storage. I'm gonna do the case, the power supply, and that should be it. And then I'm gonna do the graphics card with what I have remaining in my budget. So that's why I'm going to get the case out of the way. So the case, I don't want to, okay, here's the thing. I don't know. See, there's another personal preference thing because I hate the DIY PC cases. And when you have to go in like a $30, $40 budget or lower, you start falling into that territory, and it just, I don't like them. I don't like them. By the way, hot take, the NZXT H510, not that good. It's kind of overhyped. My voice is a little weird today. I don't know why. It doesn't sound nice. But on that note, we're not going with NZXT. We have a micro ATX motherboard. I just remembered that. So we could very well go for... All right, I guess this computer is going to look nice. We're going with that Cooler Master, the MB311. You know, the one that comes with the ARGB fans. What's up, Frobird? So right now what we're doing is I'm making a kind of like a PC part list to someone that asked me in the last stream that I just remembered. They kind of wanted something between the $350 and a $600 build. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something closer to $400, and then I'm going to do something closer to $600, since that that pool is kind of like pretty big. So right now, power supplies, I'm not even going to look at this right now. I'm looking away. I'm not even going to look at this. I'm kind of scared. Let's go. I built my PC 2 days ago. Let's go, dude. How'd it go? Are you done? I'm assuming you're done because you said built. Let me know how that went and what parts you went with. Okay, so let me take a look at this power supply. I'm scared. I'm scared to look at this list because I already know these prices aren't going to be pretty. All right. $60 for an EVGA. Is this even in stock? Here, I want to actually go to the site. Some of these, okay, here's why I don't use Part Picker sometimes. They don't update their prices, and when they do, they're not that accurate. Like they'll give you something that's not in stock, but they'll mark it in stock at a different price, and it's just all over the place. Most of the time when I make videos on that, I do my own research because I don't rely on this kind of stuff. I'll use it for like the checking how much power it'll use for the power supply, but other than that, I prefer to just write it down. So with this, we are at $400. We are at $400 with this. It was my first ever built, and it booted up first time. Nice. That's good to hear. That's always a great feeling when it boots up for the first time. What parts are in it? I want to know. Okay. So we have $400. Okay, here. Okay, for you people that are watching right now, we have like 4 people here. I want to hear a consensus from you, like a verdict. If you were to build this computer, so these are the parts that I'm using right here. I kind of threw these together in the past 10-15 minutes. And someone asked you, I want to spend $400 around-ish. Should I add a graphics card? Would you tell them to add a graphics card to this? Because this is kind of what I have going on. Maybe we could cut costs. If we really don't care about the aesthetics of this computer, we could cut costs on like the case, like the Cooler Master. We don't need like $70 invested in a case in a $400 build. But I want to know, would you be like satisfied giving this to someone else, or using this without a graphics card? Because this is a 3200G. You said OBS. Wow. What about OBS? Is there something wrong with OBS? Not too great, but i3 9100F. Okay. GTX 960, 16 gigabytes, 3,000 megahertz speed. It does a job for Fortnite, 144 FPS. Yeah, it definitely does. And you have good upgrade options from a 960. 960 is definitely an older graphics card, but it can still get like some popular esports titles. Like it could get the job done if you're on a budget. The 9100F, I think that's a quad-core processor. Not bad for the value. Considering at what cost, right? How much does it cost? That'll depend how good of a buy it was. The 9100F is out of stock, I think. I don't know. You guys want to check that out? Let's check that out. Let's check the 9100F. I'm going to check Amazon for this. There's a 9100 for around $100. This is actually not a terrible option. It's not the worst option. There's an 8100, apparently more expensive. Yeah, I think it is out of stock because I'm not seeing it. I'm in England, picked it up for around 70 pounds, about $80, I think. Yeah, give or take. Yeah, that's a good price. That's a pretty good price. Okay, so yeah, so $110 for the 9100. And since I'm not seeing the 9100F here, then it's out of stock. Frobred, you said no to you would just leave this alone without a graphics card? That's what I'm assuming you said. Yeah. I feel that. I mean, I guess you're right, because at the end of the day you can always just hit one in there and then you're fine, right? Mhm. Yeah, it's considering you're on a budget of $400. At the end of this is the beauty of it. The beauty of building is that at the end of the day you'll always be able to upgrade. And it's actually looks pretty good if you ask me, because of the case. The case is not a bad. You want some good case recommendations? Look at Amazon's Cooler Master and Dark Flash options, budget options. The F version is cheaper because it doesn't come with integrated graphics. Yeah. Indeed. When I wanted to build my previous computer around 2 years ago, the one I already sold, I was in between the 8100 because the 9100 wasn't out yet, and I was between the i3 8100 and the i5 8400. I ended up going with the i5 8400. You grammar police, man. Yikes. Grammar police integrated. Okay, here's what I wanted to show you. The Cooler Master. Hopefully this is the Dark Flash is still available, so I can show you. So $60. This is actually $60. See, this is what I'm talking about. PC Park Picker has this at $70, but it's actually 60 on Amazon. It's actually 60 on Amazon. This case here, let me bring this up. This case that you're looking at right here is actually really, really freaking good for the value. The Cooler Master MB3 20L. I thought it was 311L. I don't know, but it comes with 2 customizable ARGB fans, a power supply shroud, pretty good cable management options, micro ATX, tempered glass side panels. What else? Oh, you get like optimized airflow with the mesh at the top. Yeah, it does have pretty decent airflow. This is one of like this is a part of one of the smallest lists that I have of cases, like budget cases, that I really recommend. The thing about this though is that it goes out of stock really quick. Luckily it's in stock at $60. That's a good deal. And another one that I really like, oh, I just messed something up here. But another one that I really like is the one I'm using right now. Not to toot my own horn or anything. But look at this. Wow, this is actually okay. I'm very surprised with the case availability. The Q500L. The Q500L. The master box. That sounds very familiar. And it's the reason I'm kind of... Hang on. The Cooler Master Q500L. I'm pretty sure the reason that's familiar is not for a good reason. I'm going to be honest with you. But the Dark Flash DLM21, my personal main rig case, very, very good option if you guys are ever looking for a case. Obviously, there's white variants and mesh variants. I have a mesh for better airflow. But hang on a second here. I wanna make sure we're talking about the right case. $60. Yeah, they're very... You think $60 is expensive? Or are you talking about the Q500L? Because $60 is pretty inexpensive for a case that good. In case you are talking about the one I was showing. But back to what I was saying, the Q500L, I think, is Cooler Master's biggest disaster of a case. I'm going to be honest with you. The Q500L is nothing what its Q300L sibling is like. It actually is known for terrible airflow. Pretty much the biggest gripe with it is the really bad airflow. There's nothing much to it. But the Q500L is actually $60, but it's not in stock. My country has a local company and they sell cases for like $20. That's pretty impressive. And it has good airflow. If you're not talking about DIY PC cases, that's pretty impressive. Yeah, so the Q500L, what I'm looking at right here, is unfortunately kind of a bust. It was a bust when it was released, and it just didn't do well in airflow, and that's specifically one of the main things you want to look for. So yeah. Another good one is the Cooler Master NR600. If you ever see that. What's up, man? Good to see you. The Q300L, on the other hand, is actually something I can really recommend you because that one was a much, much more improved version of the Q500L with better airflow. It comes with a pre-installed fan. Not bad, not bad. Actually, a pretty good option at $50. Honestly, cases are very subjective sometimes because of the way they look and like the aesthetics wise. But when it comes to price, that's kind of what settles them. That's kind of what settles them down. So, okay, so back to what we were talking about, kind of what I had made. This is kind of like a $400 PC parts list I got going on. For $400, you can build this thing pretty much right now. I think it's a bit under $400, if I'm not mistaken, because this case is a good looking case, good performing case, and it's actually $60. It's closer to 60 than it is to 70. So $400 right here. Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Now what I want to do is make a make one closer to $600, and that way I'm gonna have. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to see. I don't know how this works. I guess I just delete all this, unless I want to start a new one. But I don't know. I'm already here. All right, so. Yeah, in the future prices will drop, but for now, that's in the future, and we don't know when the future is. I wish that was sooner than what it looks to be, but for now, we're stuck with overpriced stuff. You're saying 3,100. You want to put a 3,100 and a $600. Yeah, so this is closer to a $600 PC. I'm building something mid-range, but we're still limited, but I can still throw in more things, obviously, than a $400 computer. These are like, for this scenario, if this is your budget, man, I feel bad because I really, really, really want to recommend a 3300X, but I simply can't. I simply cannot, unfortunately. And obviously, I'm making these not even with that much thought. The way that I'd approach an actual video, if I were to make one, would be with more thought than this, because right now I'm just kind of I'm throwing parts together that would make sense, generally, like in a general situation. We're not really focusing on a specific thing, but a 3100, I guess, wouldn't be the worst option. You know, you could go something. You could go with like a 1600 AF, and that would just not be great for your budget. But yeah, the 3100 isn't terrible. If I can find it here, where is it? Oh, here it is. All right, so it's $130, which this is what bothers me, that originally this was supposed to go for $100 at launch. We could go for $2,600. Let's see the $2,600 prices. Let's see, 140. So for 2 extra cores, what is this? 3.4 to 3.9, and a 3.6 to 3.9. I'd say that's actually pretty worth it. I'd say that's a good upgrade. That's a good eye you got there. We'll go with the 2,600. Not that much more expensive. You're getting 2 extra cores, same clock speeds, except that your base is a little higher, I think, right? Is your base higher? Yeah, because this is 3.4 to 3.9. Why did it say 3.6? Oh, no. The 3,100 is a little bit. Yeah. So you're getting 2 extra cores. That's what you're paying for, 2 extra cores. You want the 1650 Super. Yeah, we could go with that. I was just talking about that earlier. The motherboard is what concerns me right now, though. That's my gripe. I have a bone to pick with other components besides the GPU. That's the most troubling part about doing these things. Okay, here the ASRock doesn't seem like a terrible option, but then again, I want some leeway for overclocking because this is a Ryzen computer. You know, it's kind of like what you can do, right? You said, "Oh God, motherboard." Yeah. This is not fun. Uh, so you can get a B450 Tomahawk Max for basically the same price as an ROG Strix B450F. You want a mortar? I could try a mortar. I didn't see that. The mortar. The Steel Legend is always a pretty good option. Okay, but here, I was thinking. We could go for a Steel Legend. At the end of the day, I don't think we'll notice a big difference if we go with something like a B450M, or why did I say that? DS3H compared to something like Tomahawk Max. Yeah, dude, my voice is broken and I don't know why. My voice is cracking more than usual. It's a big puberty day, I guess. I've gotten used to it. I don't know what's wrong with it today. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Okay. We're going to try going with something like... I want to go for a DS3H. Screw it. We're spending too much time on this. Memory. Okay. Yeah. So let's go with... we can go 16 gigs. That's kind of like a bare minimum. And, I've said this so many times. The Vulcan from T-Force, low-key underrated. And it's been underrated since like April. Really good option. Okay, so processor, motherboard, RAM, we're sitting at $270. Oh, man. We're going to go with the same storage option because it's actually not bad at all. I think for starters, most can get by with 500 gigs until like a few months that they can save up like what, $50 for a 2 terabyte hard drive. So for the mainstream consumer, this is actually not bad. Like I would go for this if I had the choice. Like 500 gigs, that's a pretty solid start. You could get a couple games that you're playing, and if you really need to upgrade soon, you got like 50 extra bucks that you can spend on the hard drive once you need more storage. So for the case, we don't all have companies close by that have $20 cases with good airflow. So, we could go for something similar, or to make it a little bit fancier, since it is a $600 case. We can go for an NZXT case because we can. All right. So we're sitting at $400 right now. You want to go with SATA? Yeah, we'll run through the parts after, see what else we can fix and change up. So power supply... Man, I think this one is more annoying than choosing a motherboard, I'll be honest. Yikes. I hope I don't get a headache from this. If we go anything above 600, it seems like it's an immediate jump from $60 or so to like $100. So I haven't seen Seasonic power supplies in a while. Okay, a 500 watt, a 650. We can pay 10 extra bucks for a 650. That'll pay off in the long run. And lastly, for the video card. All right, so we got a little bit of dough to spend on the video card. So not ideal, but hey, I think a 1650 Super is what we're gonna have to go with. Considering we can cut costs on, like you said, the SSD, because if you really care about it, really care about cutting costs, we can. So let's go for 1650 Super by Gigabyte. And let's switch this memory out, or this storage out. So let's go with something like a I want to go for an MX500. Oh, here it is. $100. Never mind. Oh, this is a terabyte. That's why. Here, let me search up Crucial. Crucial MX500. $62. Okay, see, we're getting the same. If I were to go with something like this, we're like getting the same thing for an M.2. So Crucial MX500. Okay, we could go. Okay, so if I go with $45 SSD, I'm only getting 250 gigabytes. I don't think that's very feasible as a startup option for most consumers. So what do you think? I have the option right now to like cheap out and kind of go for like a Kingston 480 or like an ADATA 480 gigabyte SSD. But I kind of want to see what you guys think here. Do I go for like that cheaper budget option, a lower quality SSD, or do I stick with a high quality MX500 at like $45? This is kind of a subjective little thing here. There's no true answer to every scenario. Okay, I want to see what our budget is 620 with this. Yikes. Okay, yeah. Looks like we're I just don't see this 250. People say Kingston SSD is a pile of poop. The microcontroller in it, yes, it is, because once you use up the storage in it, it starts slowing down. So in that sense, it works fine. It's an SSD, but over time, your speeds do get slower. So $40 is like cutting it, right? Barely cutting it. We're like at 620 if we go with 40. So looks like we might have to go with something like it. Go ahead, man. I mean, I don't really care. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go with. Oh man, a 240 gigabyte SSD from Kingston is $33. What? Do I recommend a PC without SSD? Yeah, if you want more storage. Because SSDs are more expensive because of how fast they are. They're a lot faster than hard drives. That's why they're more storage, and that's why they're still relevant today. Hard drives, they're old, but they have so much storage that it makes them somewhat relevant. In newer computers, honestly, there's no real excuse not to have an SSD. That's the thing. Which is rather unfortunate because it makes hard drives look like a very inferior option. But in reality, they're not. They're not the worst thing in the world. So what I'm thinking here is, okay, $40 is like $30 is already going to be cutting our budget here. So looks like I'm going to have to choose anything that's in that price range. That means either a 250 gigabyte SSD or a hard drive. can get a 1 terabyte, 45. Man, prices got worse. Is it just me, or did prices for storage get worse in the past few months? Like a lot worse. Like the last time I checked, like you could buy an SSD for like a pretty a 241 for like $30. There's a tier list for SSDs. Yeah, usually I like to go with Crucial. That's the thing. Crucial's like my go-to kind of thing. And it's not, there's no right and wrong. It's just kind of like stay away from the very low end SSDs. That's the thing. And at this price point, it's not that we necessarily need a tier list. We need something to get by. So what I'm going to do to get by is I think I'm going to use a budget case and use a 250 gigabyte SSD, because while at the same time I have to get by, at the same time I should make a quality computer. So I'm going to use a good SSD. You think we should change the CPU? Probably. Man, I hate my voice today. All right, let's change the case, because this case won't cut it. We need something better, like the Q300L. The Q300L is a very, very good option. And then we can change the CPU to, what do you want, a 3100? What are our options here? The ball game would be totally different. Yeah, you want a 3100. The ball game would be totally different if we had a 3300X in the play here. Like if 3300X was in stock and it was good to go, man, the market, like PC building, would be a different monster. This thing is a monster CPU. I can't believe, wow, it's a shame. It's like a tragedy what's happened to it ever since it was released. But yeah, we could go for a 3100. Not bad of a deal. Could be better. All right, so we're sitting at $610. We have a 3100 and a 1650 Super. What do y'all think? Oh, I should do this. So 3100 and a 1650 Super. I ended up throwing in a 500 gigabyte Crucial SSD, because at the end of the day, that kind of matters. That kind of stuff matters. Like, yeah, for boot up times and loading speeds, it kind of matters. Pretty decent. I think I'm gonna, for most budget cases, or yeah, budget builds, I think I'll start using the Q300L, because if you take a look at this, it's a pretty damn good deal. This micro ATX case, pretty good, pretty great airflow, pretty good cable management. It's in stock. The problem used to be in cases about a couple months ago. Now it seems like they're in SSDs and power supplies. Power supplies they have been, but in SSDs mainly. They're actually pretty hard. They look like they're pretty hard to come by. And the motherboard, that's a given. That's most of a computer right now these days is pretty hard to come by. Can you search for a Seasonic M12? Sure. Evo. Yeah, that is $175. This is it, right? A 520 watt power supply is almost $200. This is literally the exact same price as a 3600. What the nuts? What the balls, man? It is so expensive, and it's on Amazon. What? I have to. Yeah, it is $100 and something. Oh, that's unfortunate. This is what I'm talking about, man. Power supplies, and this has been for a while. Power supplies are crazy expensive. They've been for a while. That's why I bought mine barely used for this build that I have. This build that I have chilling right here. I bought the power supply used, but it was only like a week used. Yeah, search it in your local PC part shop. Do that and let me know how much it is there. I'm actually curious. All right, in the meantime, what I'm going to do, switch headphones out. See, the thing is, wait, I'm going to search it in my local PC part shop. Okay. I'm sorry if you hear anything, but I need to switch this out. Because I want to switch headsets. You know, this headset, I wanted to use it and I've been using it because it looks better. I don't look like I'm gaming because I'm not gaming, but it's just not comfortable compared to this. This is better. A little bit more comfortable. What the hell? All right. You said they have a website? All right. Yeah, it is what it is. The Seasonic M12 in my local PC part shop is only $82. Is that a deal? I'm not a huge connoisseur of the Seasonic power supplies. I know they're decent. But for a 520 watt power supply, I feel like Corsair has some better options than that, right? They have to. No, never mind. I'm smoking something. Not Corsair. EVGA. EVGA definitely does. Like what we just saw. The EVGA BR. 700 watts at $75 US dollars. That's a pretty good deal. Then again, this is PC Part Picker. And I don't know if this is legit, but I'm looking at it right now. I can confirm this. It says it's at Best Buy. Out of stock on Amazon. Okay, so who knows if it's really at Best Buy, but it's out of stock on Amazon and it is $125 on Amazon. But the point is that EVGA is hard to find in my country. Yeah, that's the thing. That's at the end of the day, that's what'll vary is the regions and availability. And especially when if you have local PC part shops like that, man, they're the best because they will hook you up with some kind of like good deals that you didn't know was possible. That's the best part sometimes. I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, it's specifically during these times in the pandemic. Who would have known that it's pretty hard to come by one of those sometimes? All right, so you guys, whoever's here right now, in power supplies, I trust Seasonic. Yeah, I'm kind of the other way around then. I don't really buy or look at a lot of Seasonic. Just because EVGA is just, I don't know, for me it's just so convenient. They have some good power supplies. I've never had an issue with any of them. Or Cooler Master, but Cooler Masters gets a little pricey sometimes. In Seasonic, you trust. All right, you want to hear something funny, though? You guys want to hear a silly story? For the 2 people that are watching, probably. Because PC builders recommend it, and because my uncle who works for Computer Things recommend it too. Yeah, Seasonic's not bad. I just don't. I generally don't see. I don't see them as a. Not that I don't see them as something, but I don't go for them as a as an instinct. You know, they're not my first common pick. Um, but yeah, I'll tell it either way. Even if you didn't, I was still gonna tell it. So here's the thing. So you remember when was it? The first stream I think was the first appearance of this microphone. If I'm touching it, you're probably hearing it. But sorry about that. But the whole deal behind that is that one, it was to obviously level up what I'm doing right now in terms of audio quality, because that's what a microphone is for. But mainly for the videos that I was going to make, I was planning to have a better setup for better audio quality and just a better visual. So I didn't have like such trashy videos, or I don't, I should say. But what's up, Tiger Plays? Good to see you, man. Good to see you guys. Thank you for popping in here. I'm currently telling a story about something. I don't know if it's funny, but an interesting story to me. So I purchased this with my own money. And initially, this is hang on, I have the box for this, so I can tell you the exact model it is. All right, so this has my address on it, so I can read it out to you, but I'm not gonna show you it because it's obviously my address. So it kind of looks something like this. I don't know if you can see this. Hopefully you can. And it says the AU-PM 422. So that's the name of the microphone. It's a Maono AU-PM 422, in case you were wondering. But the story behind this is that I bought this with my own money, and I set it up as soon as it came. It came in like one day, super fast. And so I was like, great. I invested into something that hopefully is going to massively improve. What's up, Hybrid King? I told myself, hopefully this is going to massively improve what I wanted to do, right? I bought it for a specific purpose. I bought it on Amazon, and it was like $90 with shipping and taxes and everything, $90-something. So a pretty good deal. And here's what it came with. Kind of like a review doing right now. I might do a little bit more of a formal video for this, but it came with obviously the boom arm, or the scissor arm. This is not a boom arm, but it's a scissor arm that's attached to a clamp that obviously attaches to my desk. And then you attach this scissor arm to a shock mount, which is what the microphone is attached to. And then you attach that to, or you can put the pop filter on, and then obviously you can use the microphone. And it has a cheeky little audio gain and a zero latency monitoring availability that I'm using right now, so you can hear what the audio is picking up, and if I speak into it, mute as I was just muted. So it's pretty handy. I like it so far. I've been using it for this past couple live streams. I haven't used it in a video yet. I know I uploaded one like yesterday, but that was a pre-recorded kind of thing. Yes, the pop filter does come with it. And actually, I forgot to mention, I'll open this box right here. Oh no, it's missing. That's not good. But it comes with a windscreen cap. So like one of those little caps, a windscreen cap that you put on the microphones that you see on there. I'm actually not sure where it is right now, which is not good. I'll have to find that. Yeah, I'm actually not sure where that is. That's concerning. So yeah, it was a pretty good deal. Everything's like made out of metal, except for a few parts that are made out of plastic, right? And that's reasonable. But most of the material is pretty high quality. Yeah, I already lost it. I don't think I lost it. It's probably sitting around here somewhere, because I haven't moved this. I haven't taken this out of my room at all. So yeah, it'll turn up. But all that for around $90 max, right? Here's the thing. Here's the trick, the caveat in the story, right? Before I purchased this with my own money, I was considering another microphone bundle that is the Fifine from Fifine Technologies. and that's their models like the T669. Basically the similar thing, except it includes another like little tripod stand. That's really the only difference, and it's a little less expensive. I figured I'd spend the extra cash just because I saw a couple of YouTube videos on it, as most would. And I thought this sounded a little bit better. However, just a couple days ago, like the day after I finished setting this up and I finished using it, and I went live like twice, I got an email like at night. Guess who it was? Guess what they wanted? Guess what I was guess what I received from Five Fine Technologies marketing specialist. I received an email request to review a microphone for free that I was considering buying. Which is it's crazy the way the world works, because I'm sitting here thinking, wow, I literally just bought this thing. I was like, I'll get to that, but I literally sat there. I didn't respond because I got it at night. I didn't reply till like the next day, and I'm sitting there because I was sitting there like, wow, that kind of sucks. I mean, at the end of the day, that's actually funny. I appreciate that. I don't know. I was hoping it would be funny because look at the way the world works, right? I'm sitting here, just set this up. And now I'm like, wow, what the flip, dude? What's up, AKG? Nice to see you. What's up, Fades? I hope I pronounced that at least right. Yo, I'm back. Good to have you back. AKG, you missed it. We actually just put together a computer parts list at around $400 and $600. And unfortunately, I was aware that the prices fluctuated to $400 because I think, now that I think about it, I ended up making the same build as a $300 one, and it ended up being $400 without me knowing. But yeah, I know, dude. And it's mainly, we were just talking about this. You just missed it. We were talking about it's mainly the motherboard and the power supplies that seem to be acting up in prices and availability, and as most parts are all over the place right now. But unfortunately, it seems to be those main parts that are the culprit to actually it being so expensive. So at this point, all we can really do is actually look to the used market, which is actually a future video that I'm planning to make. Hopefully that does pretty well, because I think the community kind of needs it right now. Everyone looking on Amazon and stuff like that. There's another option out there. If you're really careful with what you're looking for, and you can get away with some pretty good steals. So yeah, but like I was saying, that company reached out to me, and I said yes. By the way, it ended up being yes. Hopefully we'll get that through, and I'll review that out for you. And they're not cutting me anything. You said companies are recognizing you. That's a really big step up. Thank you, man. So they're not cutting me any money. I didn't ask them to pay me. They didn't say they were gonna, slide like a 20 under the table. That'd be pretty cheap. So basically, the good part on that is that I can say whatever the frick I want. And it won't matter because they're not paying me. They're not paying me to say anything nice. So what I want to keep it, and what most YouTubers actually like to keep their like branding and stuff like that, they'll keep it as something that they're willing to recommend themselves. Like if they're not behind it, they're not going to recommend it to their viewers, their community, and stuff like that. So I want to keep it similar, and that's why I'm going to review it. Hopefully help improve the product and things like that. So hopefully that happens. And I mean, it's not the first time. That's really exciting. The community is growing, boys. Bro, remember, every little counts. I'm sure your channel will blow up. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Your kind words mean more than what you know. But what I do want to say, guys, is that I have proof that I truly stand behind that saying. I truly stand behind. If you ever, for the first time, see something I am promoting, I'm giving out, it's because I truly believe in it. Because I've already had, like 3 times, I've had stinky brands or people trying to bring it up, or contact me. Contact me on doing these promos, doing these things. And I end up turning most of them down because I don't truly use them, or I don't actually believe in them. I don't stand behind them, their purpose, their true purpose. I want them to bring value, not only to me. They don't have to bring value, because at the end of the day, they don't have to bring value to me. I could literally just take the money, give you some trash, and then, move on with my life. But there's no point in doing that. And having a platform, as I'm trying to grow right now, and just feed you something that you don't need. So, as of right now, everything that goes into the channel is coming from my own pocket, and I obviously want to change that, but I'm not willing to go to those. To the extent of feeding you garbage, in order to get that. That wouldn't be fair. When do we get a Discord server? Lol, JK. Hey, I mean, if you really want one, we always can get one. I know someone reached out to me who knows about that stuff. Offering to set that up. I just don't. I don't know about that stuff, and I don't know how it works at all. I don't know if I really. I don't know the true benefits out of having one, but I will say though, I guess I can see the only thing I really want right now out of YouTube. Obviously, it's of course to grow this community and grow with you guys, but I want a community post, man. I want the community tab on my channel because, and that's kind of why I'm live streaming. Like, at the same time, I'm kind of giving a little bit of a channel update and things like that. I can always do one if I really want to, but I don't get the ability to do those little community posts of like, hey, I'm going live in this and that in this amount of time, 20 minutes, because I don't have a set schedule or something, and things like that. And I really want that. I really want that kind of like that gap between the communication, not have to upload a video, being like, hey, little channel update, because I shouldn't have to do that. I feel like I shouldn't. And that's kind of why I want Twitter. I want a lot of people on from here on Twitter, because I can make, updates and kind of talk to you there as well. But did you know you have the same shirt as your channel picture? Yeah, that was that I did that with that intention. I don't think it's this one though. I have another one. I have another one that is similar, more similar to it. It's actually long sleeve, just like that one, and it's darker, but the same color. So yeah, we're about an hour and 15 minutes in. So I'd say if you guys have any questions other than that, but the hair is off. The hair is off. The hair is off because I used to have that hair until I had this hair. But I was saying, if you guys have any questions or have something to talk about, we might wrap it up soon. Unless you have any more questions, I should say. Unless you have any more questions or comments, something that we could talk about. I'm going to start to wrap it up soon. It's getting hot in my room. You should get that hair. I don't know, man. You think so? I think, because that's the reason I don't have it right now is because that's what I've had my whole life prior to the past 6 months. The past 6 months, that's when I had this hair. That was the first time I've ever, my whole life, I had that hair. It was just never on YouTube. Arizona iced tea. Green tea. To be specific, 100% natural. When do you normally live stream? I actually enjoy these. Good question, actually. You know what's funny? I plan to address this. I was going to start this live stream. I was like, okay, I'm going to address this. I should probably talk about this because this is pretty important. And I haven't mentioned it in the past hour and 15 minutes. And this is what I wanted to do. So thank you for asking that. I actually wanted to address that. And thank you for actually enjoying these. I'm surprised. I appreciate that. That puts a smile on my face. But so I actually really enjoy these as well. Turns out it's kind of a mutual thing. So with that in mind, I don't know if I can do every day, especially like every day consistently, especially considering that, well, these take a lot of energy, and to actually make these entertaining or somewhat make them with substance, I need to have a lot of topics or kind of something to talk about it. Because, at the beginning, the first 30 minutes of live streams, they're rough because not everyone's here yet. Not the 5 people that I usually get are here yet. So until 30 minutes pass up, I don't have anything to talk about it. So I might start doing these like every other night, or what I haven't tried yet is start streaming in the morning, like in my time zone. The only thing I've done so far right now, it's like 9, almost 10 o'clock where I live at night. So I've only ever streamed at noon, I think, like at 2 p.m. and then at night. So I have yet to try in the morning. He said, "Oh God." What do you say? "Oh God." These do take up a lot of energy though. Sitting here and talking takes up a lot more energy than what it looks like. Surprisingly, morning in your time zone is night here? Really? That's interesting. Yeah, it's 10 p.m. at night right now. Any background noise you guys are hearing, it's probably crickets or someone in my house. That's crazy, dude. The fact that I have, there's people probably waking up right now. I know for a fact at least a viewer of mine is from Singapore, and he's awesome. It's 10:45 a.m. here. No way. That's actually nuts, dude. I'm honored that you kind of like wake up, wash up probably, and then you're watching me pretty early in your day. That's impressive. I'm honored. No, but I'm getting ready for bed later. So that's actually insane. I know I know someone who lives in Singapore that's a viewer of mine, and that's literally like the same thing. It's like switched up. I just woke up like an hour ago. That's nuts. That is nuts. It's 3:45 a.m. here. Oh my God. Yo, get some sleep, man. That's actually nuts. That's actually nuts. I might stream, in that case, I might stream in the morning, because that would mean that even though it'd be it's still drastically different time zones, it would be somewhat, you guys would be somewhat capable to have, to be here if you want to be here. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to find an optimal time where most of my viewers can like hop on at a certain amount of time in the day. Bro, I need to fix my sleeping pattern before school starts again. That's actually what I wanted to talk about. So, like I said, I don't know if I can do this consistently every day, but what I'm thinking of doing is kind of doing things excuse me, every other day. That way there's like a little period in between. Obviously a day where I can just chill out. And I might start doing it in the mornings. But then again, I don't know how my school schedule is going to look like. Don't know if I'll be busy in the morning or if I'll be busy all day or if I'll be busy at night. So that'll kind of dictate, at the end of the day, that'll dictate when I stream. Because I'm planning on doing that when I'm out on campus at school. So streaming will be a lot more easier than recording, planning, editing, and uploading a video. You know what I'm saying? Because I just hate how long that takes. It's enjoyable. Don't get me wrong. I love every bit of it, but I hate the process. I hate the fact that it takes so much time. I enjoy doing it, but is there a possibility you will stream games? Hell yeah. Yeah, of course there's a possibility. I could probably do it right now, but I don't want to drag the stream on too long. But it also depends what you want to watch. Because if I'm streaming something you don't really care about, it'll be hard to pay attention, or it'll be hard to, for you guys to watch. I feel like, I don't know if that's just me, but if I don't know, I just can't sit and watch a game that I don't play or don't understand. You know what I'm saying? And I play Rainbow Six, and I could play something like Detroit Become Human. That's a great game. I feel like anyone could enjoy that kind of game. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It's great. What else can I play? I can play Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Let me take a look at my Steam library. We can always play something like a horror game. FPS is my favorite. Well, yeah, if anyone cares, they can just say in the chat. Let's go. Rainbow is probably one of my favorite games. Same here, man. Same here. I don't know if I can stream. Actually, now that I think about it, I was gonna say I don't know if I can stream playing ranked because I don't know. That's kind of like, I don't know if I'll get too tilted because it's ranked, but at the same time, streaming would probably help in not getting tilted. But now that I know that someone enjoys Rainbow, I'll probably do that. Rainbow is in my wish list in Steam. You should get into that if you can, dude. I think it's a great game. It's not in a great state, but it's one of the best games I've ever played. Gameplay wise, and the whole concept. My highest is like Plat 2 on console. I only solo queue because I don't have friends. No, I'm kidding. I don't. I do solo queue though. I only have like 2 friends, but I do solo queue. And I got on PC. I only play on PC. The highest I've gotten was 1 game away from Plat 2. I don't have money. I only play CS:GO. Oh, it's I'm sure you know how Rainbow works. It works pretty somewhat similar, but not really. I would say if you really want to get up and running, get like the starter edition, save up for it, and then the only bad part is you have to like grind a lot to get the operators and stuff like that unlocked. If you play CS:GO, your aim will improve. Yeah, I've never played CS:GO. Just cause I was broke when I was a kid, like most kids. So it was like, I played a lot of Minecraft. I played a lot of Minecraft and like here and there what you could, as a kid. The gold edition here is on sale for £8 or so. Like when first time I played COD, I always play for the head. Oh yeah, COD. Yeah. COD is, I feel like COD at the end of the day is, a lot of it is like a lot of gun skill. And the thing that has me hooked on Rainbow is that that's not what it's all about. A lot of it, in fact, is about quite the opposite. It is a tactical FPS shooter, and that's kind of why I fell in love with it. since the beginning because of the premise of it, right? It's a tactical FPS shooter, and the best player doesn't always win, but the smartest player does. You said the Siege is on sale for you. It's not on sale where I'm at. It is a very, I'd say it's a very good game and does require a lot of skill, but the best and smart teams win. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so. Um, it just has a big learning curve. The thing about the skill, once you get over the learning curve, then you have to get good, master your skill. But yeah, no, you should definitely get on that. And in that case, I might stream it. Maybe next time I'm on here. Who knows? Because overall, I think it's a really good game. And at the end of the day, even if I don't, I think everyone can enjoy as good of a game as Detroit Become Human, because it's Detroit Become Human. Let me know if you guys have heard of that game, because it is so freaking good, man. It is so good. I think I might do that before R6. Just so I get used to streaming the video game and the webcam at the same time. My brother's been first in Champions in Europe 2 seasons ago. That's impressive. There's a huge problem at the thing about that at that level. There's a huge problem with hackers. You don't see it a lot in like plat. Well, you do see it a bit more in plat, but you don't see it a lot in like silver or gold maybe. But there's a huge problem with hackers, and that's what makes it not in a very healthy state right now. Speaking of Splinter Cell, Sam Fisher is in a new season of Rainbow Six. That was actually released recently. I don't know if you guys heard that or into that. But Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell is joining Siege as an operator. Yikes. Do you have a console? I don't. I've never had a console before. I started gaming ever on computer. You know, most people would probably need, you know how most people have to like get used to mouse and keyboard? That's kind of the norm. They go from controller to a mouse and keyboard and they have to get used to that. I think I'd be the other way around. Just because of I've only been comfortable with mouse and keyboard and I've only used that. It would probably take me some time to get used to controller. You have horror games, right? I don't have horror games, but I don't have any problem playing them. Simply because I don't have horror games. The closest thing to a horror game that I have is Friday the 13th, the game. And that was just it wasn't, it was so bad, it was good. That wasn't even a scary game. It straight up made me laugh most of the time. You should stream horror games at night with the lights off. Yeah, I might do that. Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of like the whole, it rolls back to the whole question you guys asked me if I would stream any games. I would probably cycle through, like play a horror game, then play something like an FPS, then play something different, like a story game or something like that. Just to add some variety, and those people who are interested in those different games get a chance to like see me play those if they care. But I would definitely do that once I get comfortable, because the thing about right now is that I'm not 100% familiarized and I'm not comfortable around the OBS system and actually streaming. This is one of my first times ever streaming. This is the third time I've ever streamed. So we're making progress, but I still have to learn how to switch and add the webcam and the display capture at the same time and stuff like that, and have it not like shut down on me and stuff like that, because I think it's bugged out right now and I had to add another scene. It's just messed up. But yeah, so far, since you guys are bringing this up, I will do that in the future. I gotta go in like 2 minutes. Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up, man. We're at an hour and 30. I don't know if I'm gonna keep uploading these so I can start my day. I don't know if I'm gonna keep uploading these live streams, since they are very long. So I might have them in a playlist. Yeah, I don't know if I should live stream them. But if you guys are still here, make sure to stay tuned, because I will probably be doing this every other day from now on. And if not, I'll primarily be doing it on weekends, longer on weekends, I'm assuming. And like 2 times a week, like at the least. That's what I see myself right now. Of course, school hasn't started and stuff like that, so only the future will know, or only the future knows. So yeah, guys, it's been fun. It's been fun this stream. Thank you all for hanging out. You guys who have been coming back for these streams, you're awesome. I appreciate you. You're the best. You're a real part of this community. Once we get all these people as a part of it, we'll start growing. You'll be a staple. You'll be known as the real ones who helped this kick off. So thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for coming. I'm gonna head out. You have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your night. Make sure you don't screw up your sleeping pattern. And yeah, guys, as always, peace. Good night, yo. Good night.